Alright, jazz cats. I'm getting a little bit long in working on the jazz, developing your ear so you can start to spit out some of the stuff you're thinking of. And this is going to be a great jazz trumpet lesson for you cats out there that want to try some ear training. We're going to take the first part of the melody to I Dream of Jeannie, and we're going to run it through the cycle of force through all 12 major keys. And I'm going to tell you right up front, well, you should already know, I am not the quintessential jazz musician yet, but it's getting there. So in other words, I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm out of my expertise. So it's not likely that I'm going to fly through all 12 keys perfectly. This is about using your ears and hearing and feeling the notes on your how they lay out your fingers. And it's this is you should already know after watching some of my jazz stuff, I'm just getting into this, but I am getting better. I would think I Dream of Jeannie is more complicated because it has wider skips in it, and anytime you go a lot wider when you're trying to construct a jazz solo, and especially in various keys, things get more difficult. So we're not going to take it too fast. I'm going to go a little bit slower than probably the original tempo, and you guys can go along with me if you want. So what I'm doing is just starting on the original, I believe this might be the original starting note for the main melody in I Dream of Jeannie, but if it's not, it's okay. It's the key of R, G, concert F, G. And so after I start the first one, I'm just going to go up in force, or up or down, depending, but it's still in the cycle of force. So the first one is started on E. Okay. Okay. Now, if we go up a fourth from that, the starting note will actually be A. So we're actually in A. Here we go. Starting on A. Okay. So if we go up a fourth from the starting note of A, we now go to D. Ready? You can hear me still kind of bobbling around, but I'm a lot more improved than I was, say, a year ago before I started getting into this. Okay, so we started on, what, D? We got to go up a fourth, and so we'll be starting on G. And we don't have to make this a high note thing, so can we actually start down on the middle G? We probably could. Yeah, we don't need to pop out high notes when we're trying to get our jazz trumpet on. Okay, so what was that? Was that on G? Okay, now let's go up a fourth, so we're going to be starting on C. Middle C. Really using my ear for this stuff, folks. Really, I'm not looking at any music, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm just closing my eyes part of this time when I'm doing it. So we started on C. Let's go up a fourth. That'll have it started on F, the starting note. Okay, it's going to get a little more tricky. Can we actually start on the low F, or are we going to run out of room? we can do it. Yeah, okay, we'll start on the low F. Whew. All right, folks, let's climb into the more interesting keys. Okay, so what are we going to start on? B flat? Starting on B flat, folks. And we do need to go up into the staff. We're not going to start down on the low B flat. That's not going to work for us unless we go to the pedal tone range. Here we are. We're starting on B flat. We're still doing I Dream of Jeannie, just the first part of it. And we're obviously down from the original tempo. Here we go. Here we flub up a little bit, but heck, that's part of the jazz trumpet, baby. Let's go to, unless you're Arturo or John Faddis or somebody like that. Or actually, really, the quintessential person that's not going to flub up is going to be Chet Baker. That guy doesn't miss. Seems like once he knows just one note of a tune. I mean, if he was doing this, I mean, he probably would have already finished right now. Chet Baker just would have flown right through all of it. So he's the dude. So, and right now I'm not. But I'm trying. Okay, so where are we at now? We're going into we're starting on E flat, right? Here we go, baby. E flat. Can we actually start down low? Yeah, we can start up a little higher. Here we go. I'm trying to hear it. My fingers are kind of following along. Okay. Here we go. Let's start on A flat G sharp. Here we go. I'm having to use my ear, folks. I mean, big time. Okay, so what was that? A flat G sharp. So we go up a fourth, and we're on D flat C sharp. Okay, it's almost like we're kind of coming out of the woods a little bit. Okay, we'll start on F sharp. Low, middle, high. There we go. Okay, I Dream of Jeannie, we're starting on F sharp. There we go. I think we can start on this middle F sharp. All right, moving on to up a fourth would be B. Then we'll start on middle B. And where are we at? Hey, did we make it all the way around? That was B, which means if we go up a fourth, we're right back to where we started, right? If you did that with me, or if you do it on your own, I feel like you just went through something that was a little bit beyond just the beginning jazz trumpet. No, this is probably not what Arturo does and what John Faddis does. It definitely is not what Chet Baker was doing. I mean, we're still baby steps. But when it comes to the world of jazz, I believe this particular jazz exercise and routine is not a pure beginning jazz deal. I believe that this would have to fall at least around the intermediate level. I don't think that you can take too many beginning jazz students and have them do what we just did through the I Dream of Jeannie TV theme show. If you get out your horn and do what I just did, and no music, in fact, I'm not even listening to any background music, and go through the 12 keys, you're going to go, ooh, wait a minute. Even if you're a pro jazz musician, you might have had to think a little bit about this. But for us jazz musicians that are right around the intermediate level, and I would say that I'm probably not quite intermediate. I'm there. I'm just almost there. I'm like kind of, I passed the beginning. Just maybe not quite intermediate jazz, but it's getting there. And remember, I'm giving myself 10 years, so I still got, what, 9.5 years left to get up there with Arturo and Faddis and Morrison and those guys. Will I ever get to be up there with Chet Baker? I don't know, man. I don't see it, but there is a progression to it, and that progression starts to speed up. And so, who knows? But I mean, let's just put it this way. I mean, some of the jazz greats of today, I don't think are as good as Chet Baker. So it might be very dubious at best for me to even get close to Chet Baker. I mean, the guy is, he has a memory and an ear that just, I don't know, can it be beat? I really don't think so. I mean, you can't beat that guy, Chet Baker. But this was a great jazz trumpet lesson. In fact, I might list it as an intermediate jazz trumpet lesson. It's the reason I would do that, because someone who's just starting out with jazz on trumpet might find what we just did here in this particular tutorial to be very, very tough. I mean, you heard me. I'm not pulling any punches here, and I'm not using any trick photography. You heard me bobble a couple of notes. I mean, this is live. I did this live. No trick photography, no dubbing, cutting, nothing like that. And so you heard me bobble a couple of things. You know, I'm just going totally on ear. So anyway, I'm Kurt Thompson. I hope you enjoyed this cool ear training jazz trumpet lesson. And go back and do it a few more times. This is not an easy test of your ears and the way your fingers lay across the horn. So go back and do this a couple times. I think that you're going to get something out of it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it jazzy, baby. I'm Kurt Thompson at TrumpetSizzle.com, and here on YouTube, you're a brass instructor. I'm a professional trumpet player and teacher, and I want to ask you a question. Would you like to learn how to skyrocket your range, improve your endurance, and reduce mouthpiece pressure? At the very least, you should discover that improving range and endurance is a process. It is not one book you're going to read, not one ebook. It's not one lesson you're going to take with a celebrity trumpet player. It is a process that you will have to go through. If you're willing to go through this process, I can almost guarantee that you will get fantastic results on this instrument or any brass instrument. And for right now, I would just like for you to subscribe to my channel. Look down below and click the subscribe link. I would love to have you as a subscriber on my channel, Your Brass Instructor. I'm Kurt Thompson. I'll see you in the next one.